crisp start out of Fuenterroble, which is back there. If you can see the moon, a little bit small, crescent moon. And we are heading to San Pedro, and after that Salamanca. So I'm back on my own now. My two Camino amigos are moving on due to injury. So it's kind of good and bad. It's nice to have a bit of company, but it's nice to walk on your own as well. So I'll miss their company. So there's two ways you can basically get to Salamanca from Fuenterroble. There's the northern route, which is the less used one, but you can break it up into 3 days. Or there's the southern route, which I'll be doing. There's that camper van again. In which I do it in 2 days, but it means today is quite long, 27 k's, and we go over quite a large mountain, which I think is that one in the distance with the wind turbines. I'll stop talking because I'm just coming up to this large truck come camper van. I think it's a Belgian couple walking the Camino, and they take it in turns to drive the van forward and have a day walking. Okay, let's get on. It's always interesting to work out what's coming up. I'm not too bad at reading maps, but the maps and the guides are sort of very schematic, so it's hard to read the contours sometimes. I'm not sure if that's the big hill that I'm aiming for. I think it's way too early. It's going to be beyond that. That looks like it's only maybe 7 or 8 k's away. I think we're probably over that one, and then we'll see a bigger one beyond it. What a great morning. There's the sun coming up. Oh, what a glorious day. I've probably said that 50 times already. And to me, this is what the VdlP is about. I'm no expert on it. I'm just under halfway. Big open spaces, solitude. You gotta love solitude. Well, I'm not alone. You won't be able to see him on the video, but about 800 meters ahead is Hans. Let me just zoom out a bit, and then I can walk while I talk. Hans walks a lot quicker than I do. I shared a room with him probably 4 days ago, something like that. So you do see the same people off and on. Last night in Fuenterroble, in that amazing albergue run by Padre Blas, it was really cool. As soon as I walked in, I went, wow, this place is awesome. It was really quirky. They've kind of added to it over the years, and there's 2 American guys there who snore a bit, and they got their own little cabin out the back with a tree growing up through it, and it's really quite funky but good. But there was 12 of us at dinner last night, so just trying to keep track. I think 5 probably left before me. There was about half a dozen at breakfast when I was there. So I know Hans is in front, Andreas, the Spanish guy, is in front. A couple on bikes just went through. So there might be 4 or 5 behind me, who knows. And then of course the route splits here. You can go the northern route, which does go through a couple of villages, and it enables you to break up the journey to Salamanca into 3. I don't know why I've picked the southern route. Probably, to be honest, in my early planning, because the northern route just has a couple of small villages, and the only accommodation is a couple of very small albergues with 10 or 12 beds. And, you know, I'm not a raving fan of albergues, particularly little ones where they cram the beds in. So I think that's probably why I picked the southern route. It would be nice to get it knocked off and get into Salamanca. I haven't, I'm just planning one day ahead at the moment. So I'm staying in San Pedro in a little Casa Rural tonight. I think I'm going to miss their menu del dia, unfortunately. Unless I get some luck and walk really fast today, but I don't want to push it just for that. And then I think it'll be 23 or 25 into Salamanca tomorrow. I'm not sure whether I'll take a rest day in Salamanca. It's sort of pros and cons with rest days. You know, when your body is really tired, you'll know that you need one. If it's not, it can be a little bit frustrating to just kind of hang out and sightsee for a day. You feel like you want to get on the road and get on with the journey. So I'll see. After today and tomorrow, my feet may take a pounding. It depends how much road walking there will be today and tomorrow. If there's a lot of road walking, I'll definitely need a day off. If not, I might just do like a half day off in Salamanca and do a short walk after that, 10-12 k's. We'll see how we go. But really enjoying the walking today. It's nice. It's flat and the surface is great. Although we've got a bit of a climb coming up to the Pico. I'm still not sure whether that's it ahead. I don't think so. It's too close. I'll just give you a bit more of a view and I'll get going. Just looking at those mountains behind us. It's the sun glinting off the rock. I'll zoom in a bit. Apologies if it gets a bit shaky. On top of those mountains, I think it's just the sun glinting off the rock. I thought it can't possibly be snow. Oh, my hands feel like it could be snow. It's pretty cold again this morning. And again, I forgot to get my gloves out. But never mind, the sun is warming things up a bit. Let's get on with it. Well, it's warmed up a bit. It's 9 degrees. But there's a little bit of a wind. And so I gave in and dove into my backpack and thought, where have I put those gloves? Because I haven't needed them so far. It's been so hot. And I got them. These are just really lightweight. Who are they made by? Oh, they old Kathmandu ones. They call them wind stoppers. I've used them in the past on the Francis going over the Pyrenees. Just sort of keep the cold wind off. And I've also used them in very strong sunlight to stop my hands getting sunburnt, because my hands are kind of, you know, out in front on my poles. But I haven't used them this trip yet, even though it's been very hot. When the sun's been strong, I've been using my umbrella, and because I'm walking south to north, the wind is in a different, the sun is in a different direction. If you're walking on the Francis, which side is it? The sun's generally on your left hand side, I think. Here it's generally on your back. So, yeah, that would make sense. So the umbrella kind of protects my hands a bit as well. Anyway, I'm going to get these gloves on and get on walking. I want to get some K's done while it's still really cool. Forecast today is 22 in the afternoon, so that's not too bad. Better than the 27, 28 we had a week or two back. It's still nice to get a bit of distance done in the cool of the morning. Okay, gloves on, let's get on. Bit of a steady climb. I've come past the junction where you've got the northern route and the southern route, so I'm now on the southern route towards San Pedro. Just been climbing for the last 40 minutes or so up towards this wind farm. Some piggies. Oh, a whole bunch of them there, Walleye, look. Let's just go over and have a look. They were squabbling as I was just walking up here. Hey piggies. I wonder what they eat. There's not a lot there, is there? Well, I'm coming to near the top of the Pico de la Dueña. It's not as bad as I expected. It's a sort of a bit of a rocky goat track coming up, fairly steep in parts. These wind turbines are interesting. They're kind of in we don't want to generate mode or something. I hear electric motor noises and they're facing into the wind, but the blades are almost feathered. You know what I mean? Where they're sort of cutting the wind, the wind's going down either side, they're not turned to catch the wind. So maybe they've just got them turned off for now or something. But have a look at the view. That's probably, that town over there is probably on the alternate route, the northern route to Salamanca. So fairly flat. And then looking back towards Fuenterroble. Gorgeous day, isn't it? I have to say I'm finding today quite hard. I'm not looking forward to the downhill because I'm going to have a break when I get to the top here in about 500 metres. And then I've got about 6.5k of downhill. I just hope if it's a rocky path like this for 6.5k's, it's going to wreck my bloody legs. But, you know, it is what it is. We're here, let's enjoy it. Okay, onwards to the top of the Pico. Amazing views from the top here. I'm glad I came this way. So having come down off the Pico, it's now alongside the road, and it's about 12 k's to San Pedro. As long as there's some soft stuff at the side of the road, that's alright. I don't have to walk on a hard surface. Here comes a bike. Gracias.